What I really need is some more stuff to put in here. I sure could use that 3-foot stomp shear that's out there. And where it is, I can't even use it at all. But if I bring it in here, it's just, there ain't enough room. Anyways, let me think on it in a little while. What are you laughing at?
You're just sitting here going,
That's the dust from grinding.
Even wearing your glasses?
I was wearing my glasses. Dust flies up behind them. All right, here's what I am lamenting right now. If you don't know what that word means, look it up because it's a very handy word. I took pretty great care with this thing to make everything perfect, you know. But it was all to no avail. The welding has warped it, which there just ain't no way around it. When you weld and it cools, it shrinks. It doesn't matter how slow you go. But now I've got to try to fix it. So what I'm going to attempt to do is heat the backside with a torch and draw that back. That's my plan. Anyways, we'll see how it works. I'm no expert at this, but it did move. What I did was I heated it on the convex side down through there, and it moved a little bit. Now there's a little gap. Before I had to pry it to go. So I'm going to heat it up again. I think I'm going to use larger dots more in the center than I am on the outside. That's my thought. But I'm encouraged so far. Except this boy right here, he's about starved to death. Never feed him. You can tell, right?
Yeah.
I really do need to quit pretty soon, but you know how it is when you're on a roll and you're feeling it. You just hate to. But I've got, this is still cool. I heated that up a second time and it's moving. It's coming back. But I need to heat it up through here. So I'm gonna do that now. My theory is that was a bent piece. It's been welded here and here. So it's putting a bow in it. So I need to heat this up in places to push it back. You can see the bow. Not bow, but bow, you know. Alright, that's still plenty hot. Let's let her cool and see what happens. Let's just see what happens. Alright, this is definitely working. I haven't done any bending. But it's definitely pulled back a good 1/8 of an inch. But the trouble with this stuff is you gotta be patient. You gotta let it cool off to see what it's doing. It's weird, more bent right here though. I mean, more bent than it was over there. She's still fairly hot. I mean, I can put my hand on it, but I want to take it off after a minute. I want to keep going, but I gotta quit. I gotta go in. Gotta eat, you know. So probably best thing anyways, let it cool overnight and see exactly where it winds up. It's still hot here, but it is definitely moving in the right direction. So I'm encouraged, but I gotta quit. I'll come back tomorrow and keep getting it. It's supposed to be rainy tomorrow and the next day, so I'll have plenty of shop time. I was gonna take the old girl for a ride, but what are you gonna do? Actually, I think I'll stop the video tonight. You just have to tune into episode 693 to see the finish of the tailgate. So I'm going to go ahead and ring the bell. And don't forget to go to MrHeavyChevy.com where you can also have a cool hat like this. And it helps you weld better, I think. I mean, I've been welding good with it, wearing it. So that's my theory anyways. Thank you all for watching. Truly appreciate it. Catch you in the next time. Alright, now it's Thursday morning. Kind of late, soggy morning. Rainy, cold. Not real cold, but cold enough. Just cold enough we need to damp, kinda. We're just going to take the edge off with a heater there. And I'm going to go back to straightening my tailgate, which is warped up. I also got to build a cap for the chimney sometime today, so that's one of those things I'm not real excited about doing, but gotta do. And another thing, I left my torches on last night, the tanks. Can y'all remind me to turn them off? They don't really leak that much, but or at all really, but you gotta turn your stuff off. So if you would, just remind me to turn them off next time, alright? Appreciate it. Alright, I'm going to try to straighten my tailgate, and since it takes time for it to cool off, I've got some grinding to do. And I want to see about what I'm going to do for that area. I got my sheet metal in here. It's a sheet of 16 and a sheet of 18. I think I'm going to build a box or something like that. Probably use a 16 gauge for that. But first, I'm going to put some more heat on this tailgate and try to draw it in some more. Alright, my endeavors are working here. Look at that. Look how much gap I got there. That was scrubbing. I had to pry it to get it to turn. So I got a little more welding to do on this side. I'm not going to weld anymore here, I don't believe, because it's welded solid on the other side. Good grief, how much weld do you need? But I do need to weld that lip, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's going to put some stresses on it in the wrong direction. So let me do that, and then I can get things straightened out. Grinding while I was waiting for it to cool. I need to do some more cleanup there. Did a little hammer and dolly work. You know, I said I was going to work on that toolbox, but you know, I'm just in the mood to do this. I really need a bigger shop. Also, since they're saying on the radio all the time, please wear a mask, I'm going to do it while I'm grinding. Alright, I've been welding on the tailgate and straightening, and then I went and had lunch, and now I'm fixing to start building my box while I'm waiting for that thing to cool off. And look who joined me. There she goes again. I'm well on my way for the toolbox that's going to fit under there. So now I've got to punch some holes in it. I'm just going to spot weld it together. This is a 16 gauge. I don't know, this ain't really, I'm no sheet metal expert, but this ain't cold rolled as I know it. It's kind of got a temper to it, seems like. It don't like to bend very good, but it will bend. I had a time bending that piece, which is 24 wide. It bent those 14 alright. Anyways, let me get that assembled, and then I'll show you where it's gonna go. Alright, see how she's coming together? Punched a bunch of holes in it, and then I spot welded it in. I use these self-tapping screws to help hold her together. I think it's gonna be alright so far. Alright, this thing is coming back right. I've been working on it in between other stuff. I'll heat it up with a torch and let it cool. So it's coming slow, but it's coming. So I'm gonna heat her up again and then continue working on the toolbox. So the man who owns the Bronco just brought the shifter by. That was quick. So that's good. I've been heating on this thing, and look at this. Look at that. It's almost, let me see, perfect now. Almost. I don't know how much more I'm going to mess with it, honestly. Let me study on it. But I'm getting my toolbox sort of mounted in there. I think I can make it so that it'll stay with the bed. When I pick the bed up, I won't have to worry about unbolting it or anything from the frame. And I need to get me one of those piano hinges from somewhere. Would be nice if I knew somebody had a scrap truck with a service body. I could steal some stuff. But I don't off the top of my head. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised how good I got it. Just messing around with a torch. Look at that. I mean, that thing was bent pretty good just from the heat of welding it. I still got a little woo-hoo in it right there. I think I'm gonna try to heat it up a little bit there, but I'm not gonna get too much more fancy. Push my luck, I'll mess it up, you know. She just came in to check, I guess. Head back out. Alright, I kind of want to weld the toolbox in place right here. But the problem is, back up in there, the problem is, back up in there is the nuts for the hitch, as well as the rear bed mount. It's a little tight to get my hands up in there and put those nuts on. So I'm afraid if I put the toolbox in place, it'll be too much of a pain. I wanted this piece here to mount my trim and the hinge for the door, is my thought. But maybe if I had this out of the way, I could get my hand in there. I don't know, let me think about it. I don't know, I guess I can do it. It's a little tight, but heck, I've overcome worse obstacles. Worst push comes to shove, I can get little hands up in there, right? Another solution is to weld the nuts in place, but about the time you do that, that's when you strip one out and you play heck getting the stripped one out. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and roll with it. I'm gonna weld this toolbox in place and call her good, and it'll come out with the bed when you take the bed off. That's my plan, man. Alright, I gotta quit here in a minute. The young man's cooking spaghetti, so I gotta go in there and maybe taste test it first. But I made these 2 filler panels. I think I'm going to redo that one. I don't really like it. I screwed up and bent the end pieces on the brake first. And you know you can't bend the last bend all the way because it'll catch on the thing there. So I had to hammer that over a little bit. And it just don't look as crisp as that one. So, and I need a hinge so I can build the door. And I think that's where the tag will go, right on the door. But the thing is, there's a lot to it, ain't there? All I got left to do to finish it is move the batteries to the outside. I know I got an air tank I can mount somewhere. Figure out some kind of air compressor to have on board. Put some more toolboxes in the front. Weld that pipe on the other side. Decide if I'm going to do running boards. How much the filler panel I'm going to have coming down here. And I got to finish building the top here. But other than that, shoot, I'm about done. Hey, you want to ring the bell? I'm wrapping it up.
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead, ring the bell. Why are you bringing spaghetti sauce up here?
I'll explain in just a second.
Okay. Alright, don't forget to go to MrHeavyChevy.com where you can buy a cool sweatshirt like that right there. It makes you a better welder, but apparently not much good at spaghetti sauce. Or I'm just suspecting that. That may not be the case. I don't know, but go to MrHeavyChevy.com. Thank you.